for you all to help you all get to the point where you made the money in the market. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm super, super excited because this gentleman is a king amongst kings. I see we got Queen Bowens on the line. If you can unmute, we got to make sure we can hear your voice loud and clear.
Hello, hello, hello.
Go. Forgot you last Monday. Didn't forget you this week, right? But this gentleman that we're going to bring up, we want to make sure that we go ahead and put some fire and some sevens in the chat because he has been stepping up his level of education to the next level. He was, I always knew he was ready, but he has been going above and beyond to even my expectations, right? But I'm super excited because this is my brother. This is also the co-founder of Trade Nation Sparta, uh, one of the co-founders that helped create the 357 system that you all will be receiving this coming up weekend if you locked in your pre-pro trader events online Zoom tickets. And we going in this weekend, and he's the godfather of my son, and I'm the godfather of his son, and he is the head educator of Hidden Wealth Society. Is definitely in plain sight for each and every one of you all. So with no further ado, I would like to introduce you all to Mark Goldfinger Fair. The call is yours, brother.
Yo, 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 man. First and foremost, man, bro, you brought out the big smile. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Man, I was like, I know we've had these introductions, but man, thank you, brother. Thank you. I have to definitely give it back to you, sir. Definitely, man, your mentorship, your tutelage, your guidance, those stern conversations. I remember the very first conversation was kind of a little stern one via text message back in December 2018 when the whole vision came about. So to see where it is today, man, you are absolutely a visionary, brother. So let's keep rocking. Man, we have a lot more lives to change because we're just getting started. Ooh, shit, I'm fired up. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, man, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? If y'all ready, man, type some sevens in the chat. I saw some dollar signs and some things going on in that chat. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. So first off, let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. And y'all know something I didn't do? I didn't check the news. I didn't check the news, and the news is very important. So can we start there? Can we start by checking the news?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's check the news. I never thought that I would like grow up saying, hey, let's look at the news, because the news that you see on TV is so negative all the time. But this news right here, even when it's negative, it's positive. Do you hear me? If you know, you know. Okay, so it was a lot of news today. Sheesh. That's a lot of red folders. So we had 3 CPI. Oh, yeah, that's good stuff right there. Consumer price index. Yes, 830. See, look at these numbers. Negative, even. But let's look at that dollar. I can't wait. We have some pound news. Oh, this is speech news. So there's a difference between speech news and number news, but we're gonna get into that on the inside. Can't give all the secrets away. Can't give all
Not all the sauce.
No, not all of it. Got to meet me on the inside. All right. So 10 a.m. we had Canadian news. Okay. Numbers. Okay. Press conference, speech. So y'all see the difference? You talk about rates and statements and policies and things with these little acronyms. These is all numbers. All right. But anytime you see a press conference or somebody speaking, obviously that's speech news. The FOMC meeting minutes right here at 2 o'clock, that's still speech news. FOMC is speech news, but this is speech news about the numbers. So you got to watch that. I want to see what the market did at 2 o'clock today. Okay. And then somebody else is speaking. Okay, over there in the UK. I love it. Do we have anybody checking in from the UK? That would be dope. get a whole different perspective. Can't wait to see this thing be absolutely global, and we can have these different conversations and communicate in ways about the effects of what's going on that we see here. Like, what is it like in life there? I think that would be dope.
We have somebody from Tobago on the call.
Oh, lit. I wish they they would help boom that economy a little bit more so we can get you off that exotic list and get you on over here to the main side. But no, pleasure to have you on the call. Thank you for checking in, tuning in with us. And I hope you receive some value because we're about to go in. Okay. So the news, this major news right here is happened this morning, right? Happened this morning for the US. So we've been looking at the dollar every day. So let's continue with that fashion and let's check it out. Okay. So remember, we did a whole top-down analysis on the dollar starting all the way from the monthly time frame, right? We have a monthly bias saying that this market for the dollar should technically be bearish, right? So we're in some little trouble areas, but we got a lot of money down here. You might can't see this money, but I'm gonna draw this money out for you. I'm gonna draw it out, put it in your face. It's a lot of money down there. They eyeing it. They've already shifted this market. They're eyeing that, right? Remember, we talked about on Monday, equal lows and equal highs are targets. Look at this. Look, I can't make this up. Those are relatively equal highs, right? Well, what happens when we extend that line? Oh, TP smashed. Oh, TP smashed. What if I told you that, hey, the whole reason why they caught that swing right there is because they created this bullish order and shot this market right up to it. They had a clear target to go get, and they took it higher. They do this over and over and over again. It doesn't matter the time frame, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's check out this daily, see what the daily's got for us. Okay, so we're definitely back inside of our demand zone. So they're either pushing back down in this zone to gain more momentum, which it looks like they created a double bottom or equal lows. Created these equal lows on the daily. But let's see if they respect. We need this whole candle to be bullish in order for us to really classify that. Technically, we need 3 candles on the daily time frame to establish this as a new low. Okay, and that's on any time frame. You need at least 3 candlesticks. These 3 candlesticks. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go down to the 4-hour. All right, starting to see a little consolidation. They're trying to turn this market, or maybe, oh, they got a little gap right here, but they closed that gap. And they got a lot of imbalance, y'all. They got a whole lot of reason to take this market up. They got a whole lot of reason to do it. They got all this space. Look at this. Look at this. They got to fill all of that. So what happened? Was this? So this is 8 o'clock in the morning. Look, let's go down to the 30-minute. Look, right at 8:30, when that news was negative, sheesh. Oh my. I hope y'all was in the markets when you seen it and you read it the right way. Lord, I hope. Okay, so let's see. We had a lot of drop in the day on the dollar. Let's see what it looked like since Monday. Turn on your session breaks real quick. No, it's not there. Okay, we'll go this way then. Okay, so today is now technically Thursday, or this candle start. I know it says Wednesday, but it's Thursday over there. So Wednesday, Tuesday, sheesh. Do y'all remember when we did this last week? Do y'all remember this markup from last week? This is the same chart. We're gonna work this chart, okay? man, it had this imbalance. Look, that imbalance is something serious, y'all. That imbalance is something serious. Man, what if I told you that trading was actually systematic? I don't know if they're ready for that, though. I don't know if they're ready for it, big bro, but we gonna find out. We gonna find out. So yeah, it had all this imbalance. And what was this? This was a negative order block or it's actually a bullish engulfing, I believe, that got violated. Oh no, not even. Not even. Look at that indecision candle. Did y'all know that doji candles represent indecision in the market? I mean, they don't really know what they're gonna do. We had a few of them back to back to back. So if you see that in a row on a higher time frame, if you see indecision on a higher time frame, or if you see imbalance on a higher time frame, just know that those are target areas. Maybe not necessarily for take profits, but a lot of times definitely for entries. But if you know how to play it, it could be take profits and entries. Somebody know what I'm talking about. I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know.
I put a question in the chat for you just because I feel like someone may have that question and they didn't answer or ask it, but the dojis, does that then also equate to pivots or reversals?
Yes. So let's look at it. Right where we was looking at in this zone right here. This is where I was talking about. Let me turn these session breaks off real quick. Oop. Clean chart. Okay. So, well, let's extend this box. Look at how long this market consolidated in this area. Mind you, this is the 4-hour chart. So each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them before it broke out. So that's at least 7 times 4, 28 hours. Or was that 32 hours?
You was right the first time.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. But my math failed me right in front of your face. It's
I know.
okay. Right in front of y'all face. Like I couldn't even play that because I looked dead at the camera. But it's okay. Play this stuff sometimes. Don't second guess yourself. See? Don't second guess yourself. Okay. But it spent a lot of time consolidating in this area right here. And then finally, look at that explosive move. You can tell when the really big moves happen because it's going to be a lot of buildup, a lot of anticipation, a lot of accumulation. Like it spent 30 plus hours, 28 hours in the zone before it made its move. And look at the move that it made. It's so strong that it broke and closed below this low point here. And somebody's asking, well, why did I put it on the body? Well, when you put it on the body, it's the equivalent of me putting it on the line chart at its lowest point. This is the true open and close of the price action for that particular time frame. So I want to highlight that because look at the explosive move that it caused to the upside. Okay, so if this is my structure point, I definitely want to identify that as opposed to these wicks. Now, these wicks just tell me, hey, look, ain't they so pretty? Look, they so like equal and stuff. And they be equal like that. Oh man, look, I can't make it up. Look, watch. Hey, profit smashed. Stop it. What if your entry was up here in this chaos? But I ain't gonna tell you that. But what if I told you that? Would you believe me? And you cut that whole move down real quick. That whole big old monster candle. And that's in the past. So let's look at these markets today. But man, I love that it went all the way up there to our area that we highlighted and gave that reaction. And it melted. It absolutely melted off that retest. I hope this highlights how important BRT is, because it's always BRT. Say it with me: break, retest, trade. So, man, I kind of want everybody to unmute just for a hot little second, and we say break, retest, trade. For how powerful those three words together are: break, retest, trade. Lord.
Break, retest, trade.
Go.
Retest,
Break, retest,
trade.
trade.
Yes.
Break, retest,
trade.
trade.
Retest, trade.
Absolutely. Look at this. It hit that area for that retest and it fell 3,600 in a matter of 20 days. But that's not even our area. Our area is here. This is where we at. This is current-ish, right? Let's look at this. That was a perfect, that was a perfect wick entry. Perfect wick entry, 1,362 pips. Excuse me, I'm a little nasally, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now remember, we don't trade the dollar, but we use the dollar as a reference point so that we can better gauge how we take our trades on the other side. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and dive right in. What's our first pair? What we got? I'm excited.
Me too. It is Estados Unidos, EU.
Estados Unidos. Okay, somebody asked to make the chart bigger. Who said that?
Miss Brown.
I mean,
No, Kyle, we're not taking pairs. We're going over the pairs.
okay. So let's make sure we following our rules, right? So we going over our charts based on the 7 steps to pipping, right? So are we set up properly to even analyze these charts? Are we in compliance with all the rules? Let's see. You paying attention? No, thank you, CB. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's wrong? Somebody else. Okay, there we go. What? Tell me what's wrong. Thank you. We need to be on the 1 hour chart. We currently on the 4 hour chart. So let's get right. Sheesh. EU. And we look like we starting out with a banger. Starting out with a banger. So this vertical line here represents, I really need to blow my nose, I feel like.
Go ahead. Take a pause. Mute
Is
it
that
real
okay
quick.
with y'all? Because I want to give y'all the game and I'm tired of breathing nasally like this. So
And I want you to be able to breathe, because breathing is definitely important.
it is, ain't it? It's right up there. It's right up there with all the stuff you need. So hold on.
Mute your face.
Outstanding. So while Mark Goldfinger's taking a break, remember, if you want to get started for $149.95, you can get started now for a pre-launch at hiddenwealthsociety.com, ladies and gents. If you do get started now, just know your next payment isn't until the end of May, ladies and gents, going into June, depending on when you get started, so that you will have all the ability to see all of the value before you actually have to pay that second monthly fee or your first monthly fee, right? If you wait until May 1st to get started, well, you're going to pay not just $149, but you're going to pay $199.95 upfront. And then 28 days later, you're going to pay $149. So up until this point, if you want to get started, you go to hiddenwealthsociety.com. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you for those brief announcements. All right, let's keep this party rolling. Let's keep this party rolling. Man, so did anybody take, man, okay. Let me say
I know
this.
Uncle Ken did.
Oh, I know Uncle Ken. Yeah, I know he did too. So let me say this. If you ask for a pair, please take the trade. Win, lose, or draw, please take the trade. Because how else are you even gonna know if it works for yourself? Don't be the person that asks for it and don't capitalize on it and then be like, oh man, I wish I would have took that. Don't be that person. Okay, because man, EU did it. It did it. Let's see. This is where we were on Monday. So I started marking them up at the 8 o'clock hour, right? 8 o'clock hour, boom. Came up to our zone, gave a little reaction, gave a little M, right? But that M was just a little retest, little boop, clean up some of this, shot on up, came back up to our zone, and finally gave us a breakout right here. Today, actually, at 1 o'clock. Gave us a breakout, gave us a beautiful retest entry for the aggressive and the conservative. Everybody got to eat. 66 pips for the aggressives for the win. Conservatives, you got a little bit more because the zone was a little bit bigger. You was up to about 83 of them pips. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, what we got next?
NZD, USD. I don't know if you, okay.
NZD USD. Okay, so here we go. NZD USD. This is where we were on Monday, right in the middle of this zone. Kind of look a little different than that EU, a little bit, kind of, right? Because we got a breakout on the bottom side. That was our initial breakout, right? And this market came up, finally gave us a retest a few hours later, and we took that bag. You see, let's hover over here. That was 16 pips. So with our strategy, we tell you anything over those 10, make sure, or those 15 rather, make sure that you go ahead and secure you at least 10 of those. So we're going to count that as a 10 pip win. Now, if you were the conservative, sorry for you, it looks like it's half short tater, but that's why we want to pay attention to the market structure within these zones, see how the market is reacting. You can always find an entry. You don't ever have to rush to get into the market, okay? There's always an entry. And sometimes the second entry is better than the first, risk to reward wise anyway, right? So that's a win of 10 pips.
All right. Fan favorite, crowd favorite, GBP USD.
GU, sheesh. GU was moving. GU was absolutely moving. And this was our week 31 trade set up, right? This is week 31. So I'll be so ecstatic if somebody is still in this trade, right? Because this is where we were on Monday. We added this zone. I believe I was talking to Miss Christina, right? And we added this zone right here. And I said, okay, so depending on how it reacts in this zone, we can either take it either way. And this is how they play you. This is how they play you. So you got to pay attention to stuff like this. So if you have a zone right here, right? And you get this break into the zone, you see how the market pushed out of the zone, like, oh, it's going to be like a nice little sell-off right there from that zone. And threw that wick lower. So this candlestick, let me move this line out the way. So this candlestick at one point was black, right? So it's engulfing this candle, or so you thought. And that joker bulled right back up into that zone, came out, bounced on top of that, I believe they call it a hammer. I think that's what they call it. But bounced right on top of that thing, and the market started to push up. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Don't get faked out. Pay attention to the candlesticks. I don't know them all by name, but when they look a certain kind of way, you got to kind of start paying attention. And I'll say this, because there's a lot of different candlesticks. Pay attention to the candlesticks in the zones that you've already determined to be your points of interest. And what kind of zones or what kind of things on the charts create our points of interest?
Uh-oh, is that a cash appable moment?
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Let's see who been rocking. No, it's not the touches. Kinda. I'm saying a lot of good stuff. But it's something that y'all hear me talk about every time. I even talked about it on the dollar. Order block. Thank you, Mama Joe. Those high time frame order blocks. If you don't believe me, let's check it out. Let's look on the dollar. I mean on GU right now. So look at this. At this big old bearish engulfing sitting right here in the middle. Why did this market start to work its way up? Oh, I don't know, Mark. Hold on, let me, I'm gonna just switch to a clean chart real quick because I want y'all to see this, okay? Look at this. This is a 4-hour bearish engulfing, right? We all know what this is. So don't get confused when I call it an order block, a negative order block. It's all the same stuff. But what did this market do? This market showed a level of support. It showed a violation of that level of support. Then what happened? Market came down to this little area here, shifted. And what did it do? Oh, did it violate our market? Well, absolutely, Mark, with that candlestick right there. And when it violated this order of supply, if it violates it, what does it turn it into? What's the opposite of supply? Looking in the chat. Okay, there we go. Demand. Demand. So on a higher time frame, oh man, I just love it here. Get on up there. Get on up there. Show them these pips. Show them the pips. A beautiful 66 pips. And this is supposed to say 50 pips for your stop loss. We didn't even need it. And everybody got to eat. Whether you were aggressive, passive aggressive, or just flat out conservative. And nobody's stop loss got hit. And everybody's swimming. Swimming in the blue. Swimming in the blue. Okay, man, I love it. So I hope that made sense.
What's the pip count on GU?
Huh?
I'm sorry, the pip counter for GU?
Yeah, okay. So now, depending on how you played this, I got a lot going on because it depends on how you played it, right? Because I gave you the sauce. So I said you can either, oh, hold on, let me get on the right time frame. About to mess up. Okay. So I said, depending on how it plays in this zone, you can either take it sell down or you can take the buy up off the retest. Either way, boom. That first initial buy, 50 pips. Boom. Okay. Now, and I'm glad I did it like this because I want to talk about what happened to it. Okay. So notice here on our top zone, we got another breakout candle. Somebody entered this trade. So I got to call this a dub. I have to. Because I know somebody entered this trade because they got the break and close above. But they didn't pay attention to when this market showed its hand and gave this, this big old bearish engulfing candle. And they still stayed in there. They like, oh man, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. And it did. It finally came back. But it didn't come back for that buy. It came back so you could close that position and enter the market in the correct way, which would have been off of this new order block that it made, a new negative order block, a new bearish engulfing handle, right? Paying with a beautiful retest. So if you know the same way you played this trade and took it up, which it gave it to you off this level 3 times. I just want y'all to pay attention to that. 3 times it gave it to you off of this level. Okay. But if you would have paid attention and played it the same way how you played this one, when it came up and retested this zone, you could have caught that clean buy down, very little drawdown. Look, very little drawdown, and you could have had a tight stop loss. Your stop loss could have been right above, don't move. Your stop loss could have been right above the supply. Ooh, that says 14 pips. Stop playing. Stop playing. 14 pips and a 43 pip take profit. Who down for that? That's a 1 to 3 on your money. Come on. If you can't grow an account by getting a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio on your money, you are over leveraging. I'm feeling the sauce today, y'all. I don't know. Feeling it. So, all right, but we're not gonna count this sale. Not gonna count this sale. So I'm gonna say the 50 pips that we made here, we lost right here. I'm gonna say that. So that's a donut. But if you came back and caught that thing again today, then Lord, you got 89 pips. So we're gonna say GU plus 89 pips off the initial trade setup for the week 31.
All right, dirty 30.
Has there been a week that has been missed on that?
You mean for GU?
65? No, on the week, like our 65 week.
Have we had an L, a lesson?
Have we had one? I don't think we had one of those.
I
Have
do
we?
not think that we have. Quite honestly, I don't think that we have.
Let's keep it. We have. Miss Denise said we had one. Okay. Hey, but we on week 31 and we only had one?
Right.
I'm good with them numbers.
Right.
I'm good with them numbers. I don't know about you. All right. So dirty 30. Now I remember saying this in class. I remember pointing out this candlestick right when we was on the call because it had just happened. It had just made this zone. He had got this little breakout. I told you how I feel about the breakouts, right? I said, I want to see it like really, don't just like peekaboo on me. Because you peekaboo, you're going to get peekaboo pips. And look, it did. But this is US 30. So this is, what, how many pips is that? 364 pips. 364 pips real quick. Well, not real quick. You actually were in a seesaw. And if you stayed in it, you was in drawdown the majority of the time. But it didn't hit it. And that's supposed to be 50. That's supposed to be 50. There we go. So it definitely didn't hit the stop loss, but that's just not the most ideal trade. But 364 pips, if you were conservative, you got to it for real, for real. I just marked it there, but the conservatives actually, if they held it, they could have rolled the whole thing. But conservative numbers don't go into the numbers. So keeping that integrity. But if anybody caught them 3,900 pips, sheesh, you're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And it still came and played, and it's in profit right now off the same zone, depending on, who you are as a trader. But I'm gonna say this, don't be the over trader. If you find one of these setups and they like pay you out like crazy, don't be the person to hop back in the market. Like take the win and go on about your day. No. Those is expo markers. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. But don't be that person. Because this is crazy. This is a crazy bag. Now, I'm not saying anybody caught it like that. So we're gonna go back with our humble pie. But that was a clean 2,200 pips, 2,226 for the conservatives before all this consolidation. Okay, clean move. But for all intents and purposes, 364 on dirty 30. What we got next?
EA.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
It's in the game. All right, y'all. We was bound to take, have a little trouble You're bound to have a little trouble, right? Start doing good. They don't want you to shine. They don't want you to shine. But this is where we were on Monday. We got this nice bearish breakout candle, breaking our support zone. It almost got us in the trade, almost. And we could have caught that move down. We missed it, but it looks like probably a pip or two. And it just didn't give us our entry. Instead, it came back real strong. Now, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the market structure and the power of these violations, okay? Look, I'm finna show it to you right in your face. We had this big old bearish engulfing candle, right? This market, it threw these little wicks at this little area right here. Those areas, I would say that's pretty much like it's showing me support on a lower time frame. These are candlesticks. So when I see all of this, right? And I see we got this bearish engulfing candle, excuse me, got this bearish engulfing candle. It missed my retest. Okay, cool. Then when it pushes down, it grabs liquidity on the way down. Oh, okay. And then it comes back and gives me 100% or more than 100% of this level of supply that it created right here. Oh man, that's OV. OV. If this happens to you, right? And notice, once it broke out, yeah, you was in a little bit of drawdown. This is the prime opportunity for you as the trader to make the professional decision to cut your losses. Because the market conditions have now changed. The market was trapped in this consolidation. The market gave you a breakout to the downside. It even played around the downside for hours, but it wasn't breaking that certain level. It grabbed liquidity, closed above, and made a bullish engulfing, made an order block. All of this is the head. This is the right side of the head. Oh, now we had the neckline. Oh, this wick right here, that's my right shoulder. Oh, let's ride. Push this market up. I'm gonna make this thing make sense to y'all. I promise. I promise I'm gonna make this thing make sense to y'all. Wait, I got the wrong one up here. That's not the one I want. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at this buy opportunity right here, y'all. You could have literally rolled the whole thing because your entry was so low. But it came back over here. But let's be modest. 65 pips. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. Who's mad at 65 pips in 4 hours? I love this strategy, the 7 pips, 7 steps to pipping, because it gives you a framework, which is kind of makes it easier to see things like that I just pointed out. So if you have zones created based on a very, very simple strategy, which helps you clearly identify market structure, and then you take it a step further and put your laser eye on once you get inside those zones that you've created. And now you find those sniper entries. Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay. But not gonna count that one, but I feel like teaching today. Okay. But when it came to the top side though, we did get a breakout. We did get a breakout. This market came back, beautifully retested. Didn't give us the full 30 there, but it did over here. And actually it gave a little bit more. It actually gave us 42 pips. And it got, everybody came to the party, aggressives and conservatives. Conservatives, you made a little bit more because that zone's a little big, made a little bit more, but stop loss intact. I love it. So EA 42 pips for the win on the buy side, stop loss hit of 30 pips. So total of 12 pips on EA. Total 12 pips on EA. What we got next?
Right, your boo thing.
My boo thing. Let's go. I just hope somebody. I don't know, man. I just hope. I just hope. And this is why you got to be careful, okay? Especially when you are trading these higher weighted pairs, like your energies, your commodities, your indices, right? Your metals. When you're trading these other types of pairs, it is imperative that you spend some time actually learning those pairs, because you can get caught up by answering too early. And because of the weight of these particular pairs, they're gonna make you pay for it. Okay? They're gonna make you pay for it. So sometimes you gotta know, okay, I either have to increase my stop loss, which I don't want to do, because if you increase your stop loss, you better decrease your lot size. That's what you better do. But if you got to do any of those, just look for a better entry point. That means you ain't looking at it the right way. You ain't looking at it the right way. Because a lot of them wicks, look at these wicks. These wicks is sniper entries. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. So gold. She gave it to you real quick, 176 pips. But if you didn't take that bag and run, which you should have, because you got more than those 10, should have locked in some pips, all right? That should have been a win of plus 10, because 176 is 17 pips on gold, okay? So you should have had a win of 10, but somebody wasn't. They was greedy. That 50 pip stop loss got hit just for the market to still come back, take everybody to the party 2 times for 2,469 pips, which would be 246 pips on gold. Sheesh.
Yikes. SP 500.
SP 500. Let's go. Ooh. SP 500. So what I've noticed about these indices, and I've noticed this over time, but I've never really been a huge fan of marking up the indices with this particular strategy, just because I feel like, as I just said, they have that higher weight. So because they have that higher weight, you should probably put a little bit more of an eye on it, but we do the best that we can, okay? So with this, we got a nice 15-minute entry here. Here we go. This is that first initial move. Beautiful breakout candle right here at 12 o'clock midnight. Boom. Retested 12:15, 12:30, 12:45. Boom. Shot up for 104 pips. 104 pips. Then, yep, that was it. But if you know, you know. Somebody pushed this button down here. Somebody pushed this button on this wick. You want to know how I know? Because somebody paying attention, and they said, hey, ain't that like an order block? And it broke out and it retested. Oh, man. Retest gets you right in there for 361 pips. Did anybody catch this move?
Denise did.
Miss Denise, you caught that move? Because that's funky. I love it if you did. That mean we getting somewhere. That mean we learning some stuff.
That's her boo thing. Next pair is AU.
AU. Let's go. AU. What we got? What we got? Okay. So AU, this was one of those bonuses. Sheesh. Okay. So this is where we were in class on Monday, right inside the zone. They were all kind of the same way. NZD USD was the only one that did the opposite of this, right? So this is where we were. Market pushed up to our top zone. And as I said, we can kind of catch this one either way. So depending on what you saw, what you did, I'm gonna give it to you both ways, right? So if you looked at it, the top zone, you said, okay, boom, it's gonna break and close above. Yes, it did give a break and close above right here. If you would have entered that trade, that's not right. Hold on 1 second. Okay. It didn't hit your stop loss right away, but it eventually still hit that stop loss if you were a buyer first. Okay. You were a buyer first, that hit your stop loss. So we'll say a loss of 30. But if you were a seller first, because you said, okay, boom, we're gonna catch it off this top zone. Your aggressive entry would have been this bottom line, your inside line, which would normally be your conservative if you were buying. But because it's the first line that the market is going to reach on that retest, that is your aggressive entry. Okay. So once this market comes back up into the zone, once it breaks and closes back inside, we off to the races. Doesn't quite give you 30 pips, but you did walk away with a nice 23 piece. Okay. And what I didn't notice until just right now on this call is we got a whole nother breakout. A whole nother breakout. And a whole nother retest. Beautiful wick retest entry. Sheesh. 28 pips. 28 pips. So we got 23 on the sell, 28 on the buy, and a loss of 30. So whatever that math is.
Don't worry, I got you. Chef J.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Man, Mr. Back to the Money on the call, bro.
Oh, snap. What the word? What the word? Man, shout out to bro. Man, you've been doing some amazing, amazing things on the internet in the real estate game, man. Check him out. That's the bro. That's the bro, man. What's the word, gang? Getting the whole gang back together. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yo, yo, yo.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. What's up, bro? What's up?
What's going on, man?
Hey, man, we just doing it, doing a little markup thing, going over these charts, you know how we do.
Yeah, man, it's looking good, man.
Yes, sir.
Show y'all some love, man.
Oh, man, appreciate that.
I text Akil, say I miss y'all.
Oh, yeah. And I know you said hop on.
No, I was already out here. I text.
Oh, you was already on? Okay, let's go. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, bro, see? The big smile. That thing be coming out, boy. When you get around your folk that you ain't seen in a minute, man, it's like you never miss a beat, man. So absolutely, man. Shout out to you, bro.
Oh yeah, me and Mr. Back to Money always kept in contact. He been working on what he said he wanted to work on, and I, always supporting, rooting him on, and he doing some great things in real estate. And hopefully in the near future we can go ahead and we can get that real estate side.
Yeah.
Up on. Let me ask y'all this. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just asking. Let's see what the love of the Hidden Wealth Society, right? Society members. We got the name for y'all, the SMs. So the members who would like real estate education within the platform as well. Just put ones in the chat if you would like to see real estate education as well. Put some ones in the chat. Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh man. Mr. Back to the Money. Do you see this?
What?
Do you see this?
Sound like it's set up for you.
I told you the other day, man.
Oh no.
Hey man, we'll talk on the back end, bro. I ain't gonna put you on the spot. We'll talk on the back end, brother.
You definitely did, man. You definitely did. we working, man. It's definitely needed, man. I love this, man.
Yes, sir. So we rocking and rolling, brother. Good to see and hear from you, brother.
Ooh,
We have a question.
okay. I was just waiting until everybody wrapped up. But yes, go ahead with the question.
Go ahead, forexclass.com.
Oh, that's an interesting name.
I know.
All
All
right.
right. If you can't unmute, you can drop it in the chat.
Ken
Uncle
got a question.
Ken, go ahead.
Here's my question. On the 7 steps, I know we've done the top-down analysis on the dollar, and then we break it down to the hour. And then when you go down to the 15 minutes for those entries, are you doing that based on order blocks? When do you go to the 15? Do you just automatically do that, or do you wait to see a violation of the order block before you go to the 15 minute?
That is a beautiful question, Uncle Ken. That is a beautiful question. Okay. So the way that I handle that situation is simply as this. Set up alerts. You set alerts at these higher time frame point of interest that you've already identified as areas where you should see certain reactions take place. Right.
Okay.
So depending on the time frame that you on, it might come down and hit that area a couple of times before it shifts. That's how you see, like, sometimes how we showed on, what was that, on your pair, on EU, how it consolidated on that 4-hour time frame for 28 hours before it gave that impulsive move. So when you see those things start to kick off in your point of interest area, now the only thing you got to do is scale down to the lower time frame so you can find that sniper entry still within that point of interest. Does that
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. What is the question? Oh, Lord. So the question is basically, how do you basically navigate from the higher time frame down to the 15 minutes? When I went to the indices, I went to the 15 minute to find that entry because it moves a little. Jesus.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was trying to fight that thing. It moves a little different. So because it moves a little different, it has more weight to it. I want to find the best entry possible, which is going to yield me the least amount of drawdown. Right? Because that's the name of the game. If you can figure out how to get that stop loss lower, your risk to reward ratio automatically goes up for the same pips. So what if I could show you how a setup that would be a normal 1-to-1 with 30 pip stop loss or 30 pip take profit could show you something crazy where that thing might turn into a 1-to-3 because we have like a 12 pip stop loss or something. I don't know. Anything's possible when you learn certain concepts. But you got to meet me on the inside for that, baby. Let's go, man. I'm so excited. Look, so do y'all remember when I put in the chat, right? This is where we were in class. It was a nice consolidation. Got a nice breakout right at the end. Man, look, breakout right here in your face, retest the next hour. Gave you a couple hours before it took off. This would have been one of them sleeping bags. You wake up to the bag. Did anybody wake up with a sleeping bag off of Chef J? Anybody? Anybody catch this sleeping bag? Cause she's 209 pips for the win. That thing, look, set up for the 30 pip stop loss. We only had 6 pips to draw down. Don't play with me. Please don't. 209 pips for Chef J. Look at the power of this market though. Check this. What just happened up here in this zone? What is that? What is this? I see that Mr. Nick say, woke up the money. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. It's an order block. It's an order block. It's a negative order block. How do we know? Look, the big candle is the bear candle. Look, can't make this stuff up about this break retest trade now. Y'all gonna get this. Watch. This was the level of resistance. It failed to break higher than that level of resistance. This was the level of support on a lower time frame. The open of this candle was a level of support on a lower time frame. And it broke that level of support with momentum. That momentum came down, boom. They kind of cleaned up some of this imbalance on this order block, but it's still open. That's still fresh money. How do I know? Because there's no retest. Uh-oh, looks like a potential target. Y'all gonna catch this. Gave a beautiful wick entry retest. That's the kind of entry that you want to see on your zone. That's what you want to see. You want to see that thing wicked and instantly go into profit. That thing be so fast, you don't even see the red. I know on Monday I said you got to go through the red to get to the blue, but sometimes that thing be so quick, baby. Man, do you hear me? Sheesh, somebody gonna hear me. But check this. You could have already been out with your 30 pips for the day. And that just happened. Based off the power of these candles. So when you see these candles, don't be afraid of them. Trust them. And I was more conservative with the stop loss. I put the stop loss above this wick or at this wick, which is above this. But we could have got all the way into it. 19 pips. We could have been aggressive with a 16 pip stop loss. Wick entry. Look at what it does to the risk to reward. Before we was at a 1.34. We do that. Now it's at a 1.94, almost a 1 to 2. We're almost doubling what you was gonna make. Because we shifted our perspective. Oh man, that's exciting. What we got next?
Nutritional knives.
Nasty nod. Ain't it though, CB? Right in their face. You thought you was gonna let us, you thought you was gonna slide. It was not. You was not. This is why I said she's nasty. Look at this. Look at all this disrespect. Look at all this disrespect she gave. But somebody won. Somebody won. Okay, look. This is where we were. Market is here. Boom. In this vertical line. Trap below, we got resistance. We got a nice breakout candle. I'm like, okay, everything is looking good so far. Everything is looking good so far. Until the market decided that it was just going to, do a liquidity grab right there. And then the bank said, I hope y'all ready. Because if you didn't catch that they took that money and dropped it on your head, that's definitely a loss of 50 pips or 500 pips because this is an indice. So yeah, that one tapped that tater. Everybody got tapped, aggressives and conservatives.
Oh man.
But it happens. It happens. You cannot win them all. But let's talk about it. So we already started talking about the fact that they did a liquidity grab. Okay. They have this institutional candle here. How do I know it's an institutional candle? Well, one, it's opposite of this one. It's the last buying candle before an impulsive move to the downside. And they broke structure. It's a lot going on right there. And ain't it a negative order block? Ain't it a bearish engulfing candle? Ain't it supposed to sell? Look, it came up and gave you a retest. And what? Look at what it did. I can't make this stuff up. The power of these liquidity grabs is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Look at what they did. They took liquidity again above this high and dropped that market on their head again. So that wick was a little scary. So I can't tell you where to put your stop loss, especially with these indices, because your account is your account. And you need to exercise proper risk management at all times. And also take these trades at your own risk. Okay. Now, with that being said, pay attention to what it's doing. Everything that I've been talking about, especially as it pertains to these order blocks. Look, it made another one. The cool thing about these order blocks, these areas of supply and demand, they tend to create the same types of candles. This is a bearish engulfing candle / negative order block. This is a bearish engulfing candle / negative order block. It just got a big old wick on it. But I like this one a little bit better because it took more liquidity. And it came right back up into your zone. It went to about the 50%. It actually looks a little, maybe a little shy of the 50%. Let's see. A little shy of the 50%, but it's okay. Because you know that this is an area of supply. Because look at how big the candlestick that came out of it is. So when you get that retest, you know you good. The higher up into this candle formation that you can find your entry for the sell, come on. This one of them just push the buttons. Just push the button. So Uncle Ken, you just asked, how do we go down to like the 15-minute? Let's do it right now. We on the hour, say, okay, boom, we get a breakout of our zone. Let's scale down. Now we searching for when it should be pushing back up into the zone. And we would have caught it beautiful on the 15 minutes. Look, Uncle Ken, look at this. Look at this. Why? Look at how we could have caught this so clean, y'all. Look, look, look. We got imbalance. That's a concept we've been talking about too, right? Imbalance. We got a bullish engulfing or a positive order block. Ooh. Hope y'all paying attention to the sauce. We got relatively equal lows. Oh, look. Look, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Look. Watch how I build a case for this right in your face. Got the equal lows. Oh, they came and did what? They took the liquidity. Come on. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. They came and took that liquidity. Oh, get on over there. Don't play with me. Get on over there. They took this money. They pushed right on up. Ooh. They didn't break structure just yet. But they pushed right back up into this imbalance. Right back up into this imbalance. I ain't even talked about fibs, but let's put a fib on it. Let's put a fib on it. Let's see what it looked like. Let's see what it looked like. Let's see what it looked like. Sniper gang. Oh, and I drew the wrong one. But it's still sniper gang. Let me flip it around how it's supposed to be. Even better. Even better of an entry. Now we got Fibonacci confirmation to go along with everything I said. How we could have caught this beautiful, beautiful sale. Clean. I love it here. I love it here. I love it. Do we have any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? See, we got a hand. What the word?
Hey, what's going on, Mark?
What's going on, Steve?
Man, I can't complain. Isn't this like the shield strategy? Kind of.
Yeah, without the fibs.
Gotcha.
For
Okay.
the shield strategy, you definitely want to make sure you pull out the fibs. Now, because so part of my studies, I'll say this. we spent a lot of time, you know, developing the strategies that help to produce the 39 seven-figure traders that we have. But part of what I've been doing is actually diving deeper into why the things that work. So
Yeah.
because I've been taking that approach, this more sauce coming. You feel me? It's more sauce coming. So I'm just excited, man. So I would say, man, be as excited as I am.
And
Yeah.
my last question.
Go ahead, bro.
So of the 39 millionaires,
Mhm.
what strategies did they implement the I guess the most out of all the 39 millionaires? Like what strategies did they implement the most? Was it the
Now,
7 steps, above and below, the shield strategy?
now
What?
that's a great question, but honestly, that's a very difficult question to answer because everybody's their own type of trader. You know, some people don't have the same amount of time as others. Some don't have the same amount of patience as others. So depending on that particular individual, all strategies ain't gonna suit you, but it's gonna be one or two that you're gonna gravitate towards because you can successfully work it. Everybody can't work all strategies, and most strategies are successful if you know how to work it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're missing any piece to any puzzle, that's gonna throw your results a little bit. So that's why we say stick with one strategy at a time, you know, to learn it, hone that in so that you know that just like you know driving a car. You can do that. You're more focused on what the other drivers is doing as opposed to what you're doing behind the wheel of the car, right?
I got you.
So yeah, it's the same concept. So that's a difficult question to answer at this time, but I say, hey, let's do what we can to find out what strategies did you use or strategies did you implement, or was it more so your trading plan?
Yeah, I got one. Let's see if she wanna, if
Okay.
you know, she can, you know, because there's a lot of private people on here. I don't
Yeah,
want to put nobody on the spot,
absolutely.
but I just sent her a direct message. Let's see, and I asked her which one did she use the most. So I'm waiting. If you can,
Okay.
sister, go ahead and just look at your message. Look at the chat box. I sent you a direct message. Let me know which one you use the most. You could. I sent you a
That's a
direct
great
message.
question though.
Yeah,
I've never actually
because everybody you answered it right. A lot of them use their own, you know, use
yeah,
many different ones, and we didn't really ask them what strategy they use. We got to put that into place. Which strategy you use the most?
yeah, absolutely. Hey, we got some new stuff coming. I'm telling you. We got some new stuff coming. Miss Denise, what's going on? See, we got a hand up.
Oh, hello. Thank
Hello,
you so
hello.
much. And I want to Goldfinger just give you this compliment on Monday. You went through that 7-step, and I was just honored how you taught that class, and the gentleman, I believe his name was Mr. Albert, how he was able to pick up. And I actually honed in on some things that I needed to redo. But nonetheless, I wanted you, if you would be so kind as to touch base on the order block a little bit, like that
Okay.
last up and down candle. Like I want to see this in action. You know, that impulsive move which leaves the imbalances. You know, can you run through that?
You talking about this one right here? This big one?
Give me a minute to focus. Do that one more time.
This big one right here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what's your question exactly? One more time for me.
I just wanted to see the order block, the whole thing till the end on it. Can you just run through it real quick?
Okay. So first and foremost, did we get the pip count? We got that loss right there. And also, real quick, before I move too fast. So we have a trade pending on Nasty Nas right now. Take the trade at your own risk.
Okay, now you gotta give me a minute now.
Then we set up.
Come on. Okay, there we go.
What we getting? Okay.
Okay. And
You mind if I go to another chart just so it's clean?
yes, definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of redo what I did.
Okay,
Well,
got
how
an
about Chef
answer.
Jay?
Got an answer. Number 39. We got number 39 seven-figure traders on the line. I'm not gonna put that person name out there, but I just got a text and said rotated between the 7 steps and the shield strategy.
Let's go. There you go. So both of the main ones that you named, Steve, was what was used to get it done. So there you go. I love it. Direct answer. Real quick. Okay. Now, do y'all know, all my computer people, do y'all know, because I just duplicated this window. If I erase on one window, is it going to translate to the other window? I wonder.
What do you repeat your question?
Okay, so I duplicated the window, right? So these are the same windows. So I want to change one. I want to change this one. If I change this one, is it going to change both of them?
You mean if you have 2 charts sitting side by side?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Two, it's the same thing, but it's okay. I'm gonna just get a different broker. It's all good.
because you could put 2 of them charts side by side. on the
Yeah,
same
but I was
screen.
gonna. It's all good. It's all good. We gonna work. It's clean. We gonna get this sauce. We gonna get to it. All right, you ready, Miss Denise?
Okay, give me, yes. Come on, here we go.
All right. Let's do this. All right. So, what is an order block? An order block is an institutional candle. It's a banker's candle.
Mhm.
How do we identify the banker's candle? Okay. The banker's candle is going to be one of 2 candles, right? It's going to be either the last up candle before an impulsive move down. Remember from before when we were under, well, we still under the tutelage, but when Akil was running the classes, what was one of the biggest things that he drilled in everybody's head? What's the difference between I and C?
Mhm.
What's the difference between I and C?
I am C.
I see pips.
I see pips.
Oh. And
Impulsive and correction. Okay. So
okay.
this is the last up candle before an impulsive move to the downside. And look at this impulsive move to the downside. It broke structure. How do we know this is structure? Because if I switch over to my line chart, it's going to be a point. Look, I can't make it up.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the line chart, back to the candlesticks. Now, look at that point. It's also what kind of candle? It's the opposite of this. This is still an order block because it's the last down candle before the impulsive move
Before
up.
the impulsive move. Okay.
How do we know it's an impulsive move up? Because it broke structure. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
Okay. So how will we play off of these candlesticks? Okay, off of these formations. Well, let's look to the left. Whenever you want to know what should happen in the future, you got to look to the past. This should be the opposite. And if you get something that go against what that says, that's called a violation. So then you trade a violation. Trading is really very simple. It's the people that get in their own way. It's the people. I feel like I sounded like Jim Rohn real quick. The birds. The birds got them. But so let's look here. So remember, we had this high point on the left. This market came and broke. It broke this structure, right? Taking liquidity. But we didn't know that it took the liquidity until we got this big old bear candle right here. Okay. This is the indicating candle, right? But this is the signal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? You got the institutional candle. This is the on-purpose candle. This candle meant that it's put in a lot to make it take this liquidity real quick, just to put in even more sales. They put in enough buys to push this market up, but they put in way more sales to push this market back down. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope that makes sense. If that makes sense to you, type a 7 in the chat, please. Okay, something. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got this last up candle before this impulsive move to the downside. So I know that's a point of interest for me because I know that the banks got involved. They now showed me where they at, where they've been hiding. They was lurking. They was hiding in the bushes, Miss Denise. They ain't hiding no more. They said, "We right here, son. What you gonna do?" So they pulled up. They pulled right on up. The bull's like, "What's up, son? I'm here with you. What you want to do?" But they said, no. We got them hitters for real. So they ran them boys about the block. Look, they took more liquidity. Took it again. And let's put a line on the top of this wick. Let's make it a little bigger so we know what's going on. And I just want to see something, Miss Denise. Let's go to a higher time frame and let's see why them boys got ran out the block. Let's see.
Okay.
This is a whole reversal area right here.
Okay.
Oh, look, even better. Is this not, Miss Denise, another order block on a higher time frame? Ain't this the same?
Yes, there it
order
is.
block on a higher time frame?
Higher time frame.
So
Okay.
look at this now. I can't make this stuff up. It's right in front of your face. It came to this zone. Now we have a higher time frame point of interest. So now the only thing we have to do, still tying into our top-down analysis, is work our way down the time frames. So if we found that point of interest on the daily time frame, then now the only thing that we got to do is look for the same types of structures and formations to happen on the lower time frames. Is all of this making sense? I hope.
Yes.
I hope
Much
it's
clearer.
making
It's
sense.
becoming clearer.
Sheesh. I'm in I feel it right now, y'all. Lords. Okay. So look, on the 4 hour, we was just on the daily. We saw the big one, right? It's the big zone. That's the big zone. Now, look, ain't this looking like an M on this higher time frame?
Why, certainly.
Oh man, and ain't the M the top of the head on the head and shoulders? Yes. And ain't all of this the sell zone because it's a big old bearish engulfing candle and it's supposed to by nature push the market down? And ain't all of this stuff happening right now over the span of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days? Sheesh. This should be a good week. This is a good week for somebody. And this, if they know how to manage this trade properly, it's gonna be a good year. Because look at where it's supposed to go. Minimum, it's gonna go to this next area of demand. Minimum. And I'm willing to put some stake on that because look at all of this imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
The market don't like that. The market don't like that. So what if this was your entry, Miss Denise? What if you knew how to really manipulate this market structure and you was paying attention to it? We're gonna be conservative with it too, Miss Denise. We
Okay.
ain't be greedy with it. We gonna just be conservative. Now this is the industry now, so that's a big old stop loss. I ain't gonna put you all the way in the game. You ain't sniper gang just yet.
Okay.
All right, you
I
ain't
like
sniper
the
gang just yet. But would you be okay if you walked away with, oh my Jesus, what does that say? That says 54,019 pips.
Yes. Real estate.
Man, come on, talk about it. Talk about it, Miss Denise.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That's beautiful. And what if it get real nasty to him, Miss Denise? Because it is nasty nons, right? What if it get real nasty to him, Miss Denise? And this market, let me pull out my pad. What if it says, you know, we gonna come down, we gonna bounce, and then we gonna not bounce.
Really knock it way out.
Then we gonna, and then we gonna violate, retest, and then we gonna keep on rocking. We gonna bounce a little lower, take some more liquidity, and then we gonna bounce back up. We gonna bounce back up, Miss Denise, because you know why?
Okay.
You know why? Because we still got to go get the right shoulder, Miss Denise.
Right.
We still got to go get this right shoulder right here, and then we got to play around a little bit, Miss Denise. We got to, you know, we got to trick them.
Low
Because some people think I'm gonna boom like that, but then you know we got the mother. They think I'm just gonna, you know, but we got to play around. We gonna consolidate in this market, and then it's still right shoulder.
Yeah.
It's still right shoulder. You see it? I can see it.
Okay.
But we gonna see what happens. I'm glad this one's on another chart, so I ain't got to mess with this one.
Okay, good.
We're
We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay.
I ain't no forecaster or nothing, but you know, I see what I see sometimes, Miss Denise. You know, I can't help it. I can't help it.
See it.
But I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yes.
Do you have any other questions? Any other questions? Let me know.
There are currently no hands in the chat. However, I do have those lovely results tabulated.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I need you all to get your phones out. Why? Because I want you to record the results and then post them in their tag. Mark Goldfinger Fair Jr. Do not forget the junior.
@ Mr. Goldfinger, the number 2, the letter U on IG, baby.
Man, can you just drop that in the chat for them? Because that was a lot. I had some ad libs for you, but I couldn't keep up. Y'all drop a 1 when y'all ready for me. Or at least let's get him. Once he drops it in the chat, I'm gonna go ahead and give you all the results.
It's really on my name though.
I know it is, but still, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what? I'm so sorry. It's in his username right here on the Zoom. That's what I get for not reading. But all right. Week 31 of the 65-week challenge. We have 10 total trades, 1 lesson, 9 wins for 5,446 pips. Y'all gonna drop some fires and 7s and red hearts and blue clovers and whatever else you want in the chat for your gratitude for the access and the pips.
Lord. Look at the chat go, baby.
Man, that chat is crazy.
Go. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Catch us right here in the Hidden Wealth Society, baby. Going up. You should be here. Oh, yeah. See, man, I need somebody quick on the fly who like do my Instagram videos and stuff. Cause it's a lot, man. It's a lot, but it's
I
okay.
have a suggestion, but you probably don't want to hear it.
What's that?
Just get a tripod and record yourself and then edit it after.
Yeah, it'd be the editing after.
I know.
OCD.
I hear you.
It's bad. I could record something. It take me 2 weeks. Something that's supposed to be a reel or something. It take me 2 weeks.
Not 2 weeks, man.
It take me 2 weeks.
You can do everything on your phone these days.
I know, man. It take me 2 weeks.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the numbers again. Somebody didn't get it, and it's okay.
Oh, yeah, I
10
need to
total
type that.
trades, 1 lesson, 9 wins, 5,446 pips.
Yeesh. That is
And if you have not
amazing.
gotten your tickets for this Saturday pre-pro trader, I will drop the information again in the chat. You can pay by Cash App or you can pay by the Eventbrite, whichever one is your preference, doesn't matter. Be sure to include your email address if you're using Cash App. You will be emailed the link to join. It will not be on this link. It will not be recorded and passed out. So it may be recorded, but it will not be passed out. Definitely look forward to seeing you out there. Do not ever miss an event that you qualify for. And this is one that we all qualify for. So I'll see you all Saturday.
Man, shout out. Man, you said 5,000. What? One more time. Just that part. Just that part. I'm trying to
5,446 pips.
46.
Well, thank you.
Definitely thank you. That was Miss Denise. Man,
Yes,
look.
sir.
Man, look. I can't make this stuff up. I'm passionate about this thing, y'all. And I genuinely want everybody to win, like on a high level. So I'm going to do my part every single time that I am before you. And man, we gonna accomplish this goal. You hear me? 100 to 1,000 seven-figure traders. It's done. It's done. It's been a long time coming for us to be where we are now. Man, I'm so happy to be here. So on that note, if we don't have no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it back to you, Mr. King Bay, sir.
Outstanding, outstanding. Y'all go ahead and give some love for our brother, Mr. Mark Goldfinger Fair. I'm super excited. Man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's definitely a beautiful thing. Go ahead and put some love and hearts in the chat form. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. So a few announcements before we leave. Few announcements, right? This is where you go. This is where you go if you want to lock in your spot, right? hiddenwealthsociety.com. This is the website, the coming soon website, right? You can go down here, lock in your spots, or if you just want to have more information sent to you, just put in your information here and you will be updated as well. And you can put who referred you as well. Now, down here, this is all our social media sites. Yes, we have all these social media sites. They are up and running and they are active. Once again, they are up and running and they are active. If you on Facebook, follow the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Oh man, we even got a LinkedIn page. Boom, LinkedIn. Yeah, for our professional people, right? Super professional people. My when I was talking to my little brother, he's like, he said Facebook for old people. I said, well, what about LinkedIn? He's like, that's for super old people. And then of course we got Twitter as well. So yes, all of our social media sites are up and running and they are active. Okay, so you can just, go ahead and, lock in your spot now or follow our pages or just lock in here so you can be updated by email. Okay, now, well, it's over here. This is every Wednesday. Mr. Mark Goldfinger Fair. This is our head educator for Hidden Wealth Society. Right? And you can have access to this brother every single week for right now. all the way up until the last week. The first we going live, so he's going to be on the platform. But forexclass.com, 1933, 8 p.m. Mondays and Wednesdays. Okay, everybody got that? Put some sevens in the chat. If you enjoyed Mr. Mark Goldfinger, you want to jump back on next Monday and Wednesday, guess what? You got them for the next, what? We got 3 more weeks left in this month. Then if you want more of them, guess what? You have to be a society member, SM, all right? Boom. Okay, you're in. Look at that love, Mark. There we go. This Friday, every Friday, we're going to do specialty calls. Every Friday, we're going to do specialty calls, ladies and gents. Every Friday, we're going to do specialty calls. This Friday, here we go. Boom, the bougie banker herself, Raquel Curtis, she's going to be on this Friday. Guess what? Same web page, same time, 8 o'clock, same password. So she's gonna go over some money things, some money management things for you all this Friday. Okay, so know you're gonna have access to Raquel Curtis, right? This Friday, not next Friday after that. Boom. We have Jabrita Shelton. She's a trauma counselor. You're gonna have access to her next Friday, right? Look, 8 o'clock. These are our specialty calls, y'all. Boom. Everything's on point, right? Then the last Friday before launch, oh man, we have to make sure the platform is on point. Individuals in the platform got their mind right, right? So we're going to get a real leadership coach on Friday, the last Friday of this month, Mr. Rasan Greer, okay? So, no, we already set up. It's going to be some things that you all are going to see that's going to be launching in that back office, access to it. Everybody got access to their platform, right? You purchase it, real simple process to purchasing, right? You want to make sure once you purchase, you want to make sure you look through all of the spams for the passcode because, internet, email's kind of funny nowadays. You got to search for emails. You be waiting on your email and never come and it be right there, right? So you want to make sure that you find that email wherever that email is sent. If it's sent to your regular mail, other mail, spam mail, or however you got your mail set up, right? We want to make sure you get access to it, okay? This week, Friday is going to be a doozy. You can still invite people to the calls. All these calls are free. All these calls are free, so you'll be able to get access to those calls. If you're a part of the platform, our society or not. But come May 1st, we're shutting everything down publicly, and we're going into our new built palace, in which we call the Hidden. Oh man, I love that name. Hidden Wealth Society. It's in plain sight. Wealth is no longer hidden from you. Right. And we're super excited about that. And all of our educators are well documented, well seasoned, well trained to help you get to where you truly desire to be. And there's so many other things we're working on the back end to bring to you all as we're continuing to grow our platform to the next level, to a higher level. We're not, let me make this clear, we're not in competition with anyone. We're not in competition with anyone because we're different. That's the first thing. The second reason why we're not in competition with anyone, because there is no competition. We're in competition with ourselves to make sure that our platform sits on the highest level of integrity and of the highest level of education, the highest level of looks and style and prestige, etiquette, all of the top things, right? So we know we're here to stay, and we're already making an impact. And when you start seeing Hidden Wealth Society, on the cover of magazines, in articles all across the United States, don't be surprised, because that's in the works already. Don't be surprised when you walk into your Walmart or your CVS and you walk through, or the newsstand, and you see that logo. Don't be surprised. Okay? Don't be surprised. Just be proud of where we have come from, where we're at, and where we're going. Okay? So with that said, with that said, I'm super excited for each and every one of you all. I got to jump off here before I start spilling more beans, because I want to tell y'all everything, but I know I can't. But I'll be so excited. Sometimes I do. Sister Styles, our executive administrator. Do you have anything?
No, sir. But yes, you better hop off. We're just spilling all the beans. We got to save some of the stuff for, later on. But we
Yeah,
got
I
some
know.
phenomenal stuff coming, like you said, but can't spill the beans yet.
Yeah. It's oh man, y'all gonna start. I say this. I've been talking to other educators that y'all well known that's already said they ready, and we just can't bring them in this phase 2, phase 3. They coming over, and y'all already know who they are. Y'all, some of y'all probably learned something from them. Yeah, that's all I can say. All right. All right. So with that said, y'all have a great rest of the night. See y'all Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, forexclass.com, 1933, where we will be tuning in to the bougie banker as she gives us some information we all need to have a greater relationships with our money. So with that said, as always, peace, love, and freedom. And if anybody talk that negative thinking, well, we let some people fall into the pit because some people are bottomless, literally. So they're just gonna fall, and we're not gonna kick them down because they literally jump down head first, no parachute, down into the pit. Can't stop them. Okay, but we're gonna still say this is Sparta, and of course, Hidden Wealth Society. Peace, y'all.